Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, this is so stinking cute and it's filled. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new friends and to all of my new subscribers. Welcome back. To all of my longtime friends and longtime subscribers, thank you all so much for choosing to be here today, allowing me to have a few moments of your day. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Y'all, I haven't made one of these in a while, but I thought by doing so, I could wish spring upon us a whole lot sooner. But all kidding aside, I love making these and I think that you're going to like them too. And if you're new to my channel, I think you're going to love this because it is so simple. I'm going to flip to my overhead camera so that I can give you a closer look. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. So when finished, our bag is going to be 6 by 2 by approximately 5 5/8. And on the inside, I have made some really cute 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch note cards along with coordinating envelopes. But you're easily able to see what a gorgeous set this is and how well coordinated. Y'all, it is super simple. It does not take much. Here's what we're going to need to make it. So I am going to be using 4 metal D-rings. Now you don't have to have these. You don't need them at all to be able to make this project. I haven't used them in a while, so I thought that I would. And for each card that you decide to make, you will need inserts, and those inserts need to be cut at 3 1/4 by 5. Then I have some scrap left over from when I cut out my paper, and we will use this scrap, so don't throw it away when you cut yours out. If you follow these measurements, you will have scrap too. So for this demo, I've decided to make 2 cards, and for the 2 cards, I have 2 card bases that are cut at 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. I have 2 envelope pieces, and this is just text weight paper, easily able to be run through your printer. This is cut at 7 3/4 by 12. And then I have a 10 by 12 inch piece that we will be using to make the purse. So y'all, let's just go ahead and make our cards first. So I am going to cut my inserts down to 3 3/4 by 5. And I'll be using 2 per card. So that's 3 3/4 by 5, using 2 per card. Then I'm going to take the 2 card bases that are 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and on the 8 1/2 inch side, we're going to score these at 4 1/4. And then we'll go ahead and score for the envelopes. The envelope paper again is 7 3/4 by 12. On the 7 3/4 inch side, score at 1. Rotate to the opposite 7 3/4 inch side and score at 1. Then turn it to the 12 inch side. Let's score at 4 1/4. And then let's score at 8 5/8. Do the same thing with the second piece. So on the 7 3/4 inch side, score at 1. Rotate to the opposite 7 3/4 inch side, score at 1. Turn to the 12 inch side and score at 4 1/4 and at 8 5/8. So I am going to go ahead and just fold and burnish my card bases. And so now I'll open. We'll bring in one of the bases and we'll place that down right there. We'll do the other side. You're totally free to do this however you like. I just like to place down the white paper on the inside, and then I'll place something else on it if I want some more interest. So there's one card. We'll decorate the cards after we have completed the bag. So let's add the glue to this one. You can do this with tape as well. I'm using glue because my reptile glue was out from another project and it's handy dandy, all purpose. So I just decided to use it. So let's go ahead and just put some glue. It might look like I'm putting a lot of glue down, y'all, but I'm not. So there are our 2 cards, and you see how quick and easy that was, and those cards are just gorgeous without anything on them. So let's go ahead and fold and burnish our envelope scores. This is a great way to make envelopes if you don't have an envelope punch board or a die cutting system that will cut the envelopes out for you. This is just a quick and easy way to be able to make your own envelopes. All right, y'all, so now that we have our envelope scores folded and burnished, we're going to go to the score mark and angle in like this because you want to free that center tab. And we'll do the same thing over here. We're just going to free our center tab. Then I'll use my finger blade to angle in as I'm cutting in a downward motion, like that. And we do the same thing over here. And there is our envelope number 1. We're going to do the same thing here. So let's go ahead and free the center tab like that. Same thing here. And now we're going to cut in a downward motion, angling in as we go. And so now I'm just going to take my scissors and round my ends. If you have a corner rounder, you can use that. For those of you who haven't made the investment in a corner rounder, this is a good way of getting a rounded corner on your projects. Just take your scissors and cut around. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we're doing the same thing over here. Normally I have my little orange Fiskars scissors, but they need to be cleaned. All right, y'all, so let's put it together. We're going to take these pieces, give them a good crease. Your widest end is the end that you fold up. So you can see that that goes almost to the top, and this doesn't. So we want to fold this end up. But even if you don't, you will still have a functioning envelope. So I'll put some glue there, a little there, a little there. And we fold up, and there is our envelope. So we're going to do the same thing here, glue here, and then we're going to place some glue right there, and right there, and then we fold up, get that nice and stuck. And now we have 2 cards and 2 envelopes. The paper for the envelopes did not go with the paper for the cards. I simply chose some papers that were in the same color scheme so that to the eye, it all flows. You would think that these were together, but they're not. So I'm going to set these to the side because now we're going to make the bag. So on the 10-inch side, we have a 10 by 12-inch piece. On the 10-inch side, we're going to score at 2. Turn it to the opposite 10-inch side and score at 2. Then on the 12-inch side, we're going to score at 3/8 of an inch and at 5. And then we're going to take it and rotate it to the opposite side. So we're going to score again at 3/8 and at 5. And y'all, the reason why I flip my papers like I do and score the same on this end as I did on this end is because sometimes our papers are not true to size. So whether it's a 12-inch or 11-inch, sometimes they might be slightly shorter. And I want to make sure that what I need here is going to be okay. It's going to be the same. So that is why I rotate. I'll score on this side, then I'll rotate and score on this side, because no matter what's happening here, I know this is the same and this is the same. So now we are going to fold and burnish all of our scores for our beautiful, beautiful bag. And on that 3/8 inch strip, we're going to fold that backwards. Do the same thing on this end. And then on one end, on that 3/8 inch strip, we're going to remove both corner pieces like this. And I'll angle in just a little bit on the longer piece, but here I'm just going to cut straight across. And then here at the bottom, we're just going to angle on both sides of that score mark like this and this. So now we're going to turn it, and here we're going to cut to free the center tab. So let's go up to the score mark and cut straight through the center of the score mark. Same thing over here. So now I am just going to reduce this a little bit. We don't need it to be as tall as it is. And I'm going to answer a very common question that I get, and it has to do with the way I put boxes and bags together. So when I cut out this center tab here, I normally place it on the inside and then glue on top of it or tape on top of it. I have been asked, why do I not take it and place it on the outside like this and then fold over like this? And y'all, the reason why I don't is because when you do that, you're going to have this seam here as well as this seam here on the outside. When I do it the other way, I am only dealing with one seam that will be pretty easy for me to get to lay flat. So that is just my personal preference for doing it. However you choose to do it is going to be totally, totally up to you. So now I'm going to take my glue, place my glue on that little flap, and we're going to fold that over. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Let's fold that over. And so now when I put this together, I'll place some glue here, and I'll bring this side up and we'll join it. So let's just go ahead and place glue. I'm just going to take that glue and kind of smush it around because I want to make sure that the inside is going to be nice and flat. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing over here. I'm going to take my glue, place my glue right there, and then I'll just kind of smush it around in that glue. We'll get that nice and stuck, and you want to make sure that it is as flush on the inside as possible because you want your cards just to slide in and slide out. So now we can take this end, glue it down, and then we fold that piece over. So let's just add our glue. Now I can take this piece, fold it over, and just go ahead and fold in the little piece, and that'll help everything else to fall into place. Then I'll go on the inside, and we're going to get this nice and stuck. And then we'll do the same thing over here. So I'm going to place my glue like this. Going to fold over. Go ahead and take that piece and tuck it in. And now we just get everything nice and stuck. And there is our beautiful little bag. We're going to go ahead and just make a couple of handles for the bag. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut 2 handles at 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to take this scrap here and I'm going to cut 4 pieces at 1/2 inch. So it's going to be about 1/2 inch by 2. All right, so this is what you need now. You need 4 pieces that are cut at 1/2 inch by 2 or 1/2 inch by 1.5. And then we have 2 pieces that are cut at 12 by 1.5. We're going to go ahead and take these 2 pieces and score them on the 1.5 inch side at 3/4 inch. And then we're just going to fold these. Now I'll bring in my glue again. And we're going to place our glue like that. Go ahead and get that nice and stuck. And I'll take my big old spatula and help to curl this, but also help my glue to stick. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. So we're just placing that glue. You can make your handle shorter if you want. You can make them thinner. It's completely up to you. And I am going to go ahead and just get this nice and stuck and get that curl going so that we can put this together. So now I'm going to bring in my D-rings. And I'm going to take the D-rings, add some glue, and then fold that over like this, getting that nice and stuck. We'll take this D-ring, place it in like that, and basically do the same thing. Add my glue, get that nice and stuck. Going to take my next handle and my last 2 D-rings, place it in like that. Make sure I get it nice and stuck. So then I'm just going to take this one and put the D-ring on, but I'm going to hold them side by side because I want them to be as close as possible in length. So I have my glue on there. Get that nice and stuck. And now I'm going to take this, and when we put it on, we're going to put it on like this. So I am going to take my glue, add my glue here, take this piece, and let's put it, about right there. Make sure you have it nice and stuck. You can use hot glue for this as well. Then we take this piece, we loop it around, and we put it on like this. So I'm going to go ahead and just add some glue. Take this piece, put it on, just basically trying to match the two. Y'all know nothing will be perfect when you're handcrafting, but you want to give it your best, especially if you're making something to gift or something to sell. You want to definitely make it your best possible work. So I'm going to go on the inside, get that stuck. See how cute that is? Let's go ahead and do this side as well. So I am going to take my glue, place my glue right there. Then I'll take this piece and we're going to put it right there. So I'm pretty much just eyeballing. You can use a ruler if you want to be more exact than I'm being, but y'all, I try to eyeball whenever possible. And then I'm going to add my glue here. We're going to take this, loop it around, and put it right here. Like that. I'm just going to hold these for a minute to get them nice and stuck. And then we'll bring in the 4 pieces that we cut at 1/2 inch by 2. And I am just going to loop them through like that and glue them together. Like this. And then I'll add some more glue. And we're going to take this and place it right there. And then we just do this with all of these. So I am just putting it in. They're cut to the same length, so all I have to do is make sure that the ends match. We can add our glue, close those, and then add some glue on the back and take it and put it down like that. So easy peasy. So I'm going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to take this piece and then we're just going to fold it to get that matched. Then I'll add some glue here. Pinch it together. Add some glue here on the back. And we get this stuck. Same thing here. Let's go ahead and add that glue. Pinch. Add glue to the back. And then fold it over. Y'all, it couldn't be any easier than this. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of glue and a couple of pieces of ephemera, place them down on the front of my simple little note card, leaving it blank on the inside. And that one says, smile, it's a good day. And this one says, this is the beginning of everything you want. And so there we have another beautiful set. You can see that our cards will fit in the envelope. This envelope size is mailable within the USPS, so if you want to mail it, just add some tape, double stick tape to the back. When you're ready to mail it, just peel off that tape and drop it in the mail. So we're going to take these and I'm going to put them in our little bag so that you can see how well they fit. Now I'm estimating that this will hold 6 cards and 6 envelopes if they're flat cards like this. If you add some chunkiness to the card, then it's not going to hold as many. But if your cards are flat, I'm pretty sure that you can get at least 6 cards and 6 envelopes in this little bag here. You might even be able to squeeze in 8 and 8. But y'all, isn't that just so stinking cute? And it was so easy. So I'm going to bring the first one back in because I want you guys to see all of this loveliness. These colors just make me happy. And on this one, I did add some little enamel drops, and I might go back and do that on here as well. But now you know how to make this beautiful bag with well-coordinated cards and envelopes. Make it as a gift. Make it as a craft fair item. Make it to keep for yourself. Completely up to you. And remember, you don't have to have the D-rings to make this project. Just attach your handles directly to the bag. It'll be just as cute, I promise you. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's super awesome and super simple note card set. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.